Right. I got a question through the private discussion today about questions 5, 6, and 7 on the order of operations homework sheet. So I wanted to shoot a quick video here on how I would teach students how to do this, and it's fail safe. Once you know this technique, you don't have to think a lot. So the big thing with this is I want to quickly review BEDMAS. So we all know BEDMAS: brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. However, that's not actually the most accurate way to learn it, because there's actually only 4 different setups here. And this may be review, it may be new to you. And if it's new, this is going to change how you do these questions. So really, when you learn this, you want to think of it as brackets, exponents, division, or multiplication as they occur from left to right, addition or subtraction as they occur from left to right. Now, division and multiplication are the same thing. They're just opposite. So if we have a question that is, say, 4 times 2 divided by 6, if we follow BEDMAS as it's written, we would actually do the division first and then the multiplication. But because they are the same operation, we do division first and the multiplication second, because if I am walking from left to right, I'm going to hit the multiplication first. So keep that in mind. That's actually true mathematical notation. So that could be a big part of the problem right off the bat. So let's jump into this. This is just a checklist. The other thing you need to notice in here is that I have integers. Right? So whenever I have integers, I have to follow something called the hierarchy of laws. So hierarchy of laws means that I have to choose which law to do first. Right? If I just focus on my integers, what happens is that I lose my order of ops. So always, no matter how much math you do, all the way up to university, order of ops will determine what 2 numbers you are going to work with. In these questions, we do integers second. Okay, so remember, I only need to find the first 2 numbers to work with. So let's jump into this. First one is, do I have brackets? Well, I've got a whole bunch of brackets. These brackets over here are just integer brackets, though. They separate the negative from the number from the operations. So my first brackets that I'm going to work with are these ones out front. So once I'm in there, I use BEDMAS. No exponents. I go to division multiplication. That's all I have. 72 divided by 2, that's going to be 36. Now this is where, see, I've identified the 2 numbers. Now I'm actually going to copy everything else down. It's tedious, it's time consuming, but that's what order of operations is. So no more brackets. That's done. Next thing, exponents. No exponents. Don't have to deal with that. So I'm on to division and multiplication. Now let's take a look. Well, right over here, you'll notice that I actually have a multiplication. So I have to do that first. Do you remember your integer laws? This is a negative, this is a positive. Same sign positive, different sign negative. So this answer here is going to be negative 21. What do I do with these other numbers? I bring them down. Whenever I have a double negative, I'm going to put it in brackets, plus 3. No more division multiplication, I can check that off. Addition or subtraction as they occur from left to right. This is the first operation I hit from the left. This is another little trick. So this is why these units, after grade 9, you really have to lock these in. I don't subtract integers. It's the easiest way to remember it. Having a double negative is like saying I ain't no chicken. You basically just said you are a chicken. So it's a double negative. Subtract a negative is the same as adding a positive. So we change the subtract to an add, and I switch the sign on the second number. If that's confusing, go back to the basic review and look through the integer sections. You never get away with this. Order of ops and integers, this is every unit from now on. So 36 plus 21, that's going to give me 57. I bring down the plus 3. 57 plus 3 gives me 60. So if you're struggling with this, take a look at my steps. Take a look at yours. See if you can identify. Did you skip one of the Brackets, exponents, division, multiplication. Did you miss a sign? Did you try and subtract here? If you got, what would this, 29 for the answer up there, you've done this out of order. Okay, so now it's just about thinking through and analyzing. Let's do one more. So here again, brackets, exponents. When I was in university, I wrote this at the top of every one of my test papers because I didn't want to ever get it wrong. So let's rock. I've got big brackets on the outside. Nothing else matters. So you can just ignore it. I'm going to go negative 10 plus negative 2. Now, same sign, keep the sign. And I just add. So I'm going to get negative 12. I bring the rest down. This here is the step that most students, or many students, are not willing to do. And that's why most students get these wrong. Brackets done. Exponents done. Division or multiplication. Well, I have a multiplication sign right here, so that tells me these are my two numbers I'm working with. I also have a negative times a negative. Same sign, positive. Okay, so this is going to be positive 36 minus there's that minus negative 10 again. What are we going to have to do? Yeah, that's where you got to start thinking. So I have a subtract, a negative. So remember the rule is I don't subtract negatives. Integers, I add the opposite of the second number. Now I'm no more division multiplication, that's complete. I'm on to add and subtract. I'm on to the last one, left to right. Now here's just another little tip. There's this thing called the cumulative law. So technically I could add these in any order. I just like to follow protocol as much as I can, so it just makes things a lot easier. But if you don't know what this cumulative law is, look it up. It's really important, especially in high school. So here I'm going to get 46 because they're both positive, plus negative 2. This is like getting $46 and giving 2 away. I'm going to end up with 44. 44 is my answer. So lots of steps. Okay, for every operation there is a step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look what I have. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 steps. All right, so that's number 5 and 6. If you're still struggling, try number 7. Follow it. Brackets, exponents, division, multiplication as they occur from left to right. Addition, subtraction as they occur from left to right. Review your integer laws. That should get you through it. If you need further instruction on this, send me a message in the private chat and we can set up a tutorial. Thank you.